I got to do commentary for ESPN at the Big 12 Swimming and Diving Championships, and it was, without a doubt, the most fun I have ever had. Zoom in my entire life.
Talking to these ASU guys earlier, they said, could we see 217s on our relay today? They've got a shot. Tommy Palmer's been sub-19 leading off. He's been 18.8. He's been 18.9. What'll he be today? Looks really good, Natalie.
Yeah, he's out really fast. A lot of white water, commanding lead there.
Stuck to finish 18.96 in the water for Arizona State. Ilya Karun coming up right at 15. A guy that grew up training distance can move on 2 lengths of the pool. Going to work underwater. We'll check the split from Karun. He's an 18.6, 18.5 in the freestyler, but on a swing today, 17.95. Wow. There's one leg under 18. They talked about it earlier today. Can we see a second one from Johnny Kulo, who is waiting in the wings? Patrick Salmon right now for ASU is flying. 2 body length lead on an incredible field here at Federal Way. Tight exchange, 18.41 for Patrick Salmon. That 200 freestyle record, that Big 12 record, that meet record, everything is about to go. Johnny Kulo has a world behind him.
Oh,
will he be sub-18? 17.86. 2 splits under 18 for Arizona State as they go 1-13-18 and incinerate every record in Big 12 history.
Commentary is a lot of fun, but it is also very difficult. That's why we do not tolerate any sort of Rowdy Gaines slander on this channel. You are talking into a microphone for thousands of people, trying to sound smart, trying not to say anything stupid, while at the same time, in your headphones, your production truck is trying to cue you up on replays and trying to give you little bits of information and just set you up to not sound stupid into the microphone. It kind of sounds like this. All right, replay the last 25 coming in at the end of this race. Do you want anything from Chipotle later? We're going to pick something up. 1:27.75. When are you going to break 22 seconds into 53? We're kind of trying to. On top of that, you're on a headset from 4 o'clock p.m. until about 10 o'clock p.m. You get back to your hotel at midnight, try to get some rest, and then you wake up in the morning to watch prelims and start prepping for the next day. It is difficult. And one more time, before we get into the fun things that I did out in Federal Way, no commentary slander will be tolerated. Do not try to slander commentary in the comment section. It will not be tolerated. So if commentary is so difficult, why would I say that it is the most fun that I have ever had in my life? Well, I absolutely love more than anything getting to tell stories in swimming. And I get to tell a ton of stories when I'm on a headset live in venue watching swimming. For example, when I'm on the pool deck and I'm getting to talk to some of these athletes like West Virginia's Danny Burlitz, 400 IMer, who had a little bit of a groin issue, who's swimming the 200 freestyle, made the A final, and he told me that he was going to sprint the first 100. I was like, I'm absolutely going to call that out. And then I'm going to clip it, and I'm going to turn it into a surprise LaMelo Ball edit on Instagram.
I talked to Danny Burlitz, a standout for West Virginia, and he said, I got into this A final. I'm going to take this out fast.
A few moments later.
A lot of easy speed in the middle of the pool. Danny Burlitz is doing what he said he was going to do. He's trying to hang with these guys. He's out 21-2. He's got a big loping stroke. Field really tight in 4, 5, 6, 7.
I just bit right on the highway.
On a more serious note, Arizona and Arizona State in the women's 200 freestyle relay were battling all season long. I got to watch in person Arizona take down Arizona State in the 200 freestyle relay. They came into the meet like 1/100th apart or something like that. Might be a little dramatic there, but it was very close. So this relay was going to be intense.
Coming into this, ASU has a 4/100th of a second, quote-unquote, lead on seat time. Now, Arizona got the better of ASU in their dual meet earlier this year. Now, remember, Caroline Bentz is going to anchor this Arizona State relay. I think Arizona's going to need a little bit of a lead. Arizona got the better of Arizona State in the dual meet. Wozniak just split 21-5 for Arizona, 21-7. This is an electric relay, and Arizona's going to be tough. They're going to be tough to beat. Caroline Bentz is going to need the swim of her life if she wants to run them down. 21-4 for Arizona. It is done and dusted. Caroline Bentz could split 20.5 and they would still take it. They're entered at a 1:27.75, and they go 1:26.92.
Wow, what a swim.
obliterates the NCAA A-cut.
How about Lane Stallworth, the diver from ASU, who absolutely waxed me in a 50 freestyle and went like 21-2 when I was out in Arizona for that same dual meet that I watched Arizona and Arizona State swim in. Might as well give that guy a shout out and just embarrass myself. Just embarrass myself on the internet. The production truck had some fun with this one.
All right, well, we're going to take a look at Lane Stallworth of ASU racing. Well, me in a 50 freestyle. Lane called me out and said, I bet I could beat you. I'm a diver in a 50 free. I said, let's run it. I didn't run it. Lane ran it and crushed me in a 50 free. You were like 21-2, Natalie.
Whoa.
21-2. That's not just like fast for a diver. That's just like generally fast.
That is so impressive.
I mean, we were talking about it too. We were like, put together, a couple practices a week. You could be 20-point next year.
Yeah. He seriously has some talent. But now we need to see you on the diving boards.
I'm out.
How about BYU just being generally the nicest team in the history of teams that have ever been teams, and handwriting cards for Herbie Bame at Arizona State, welcoming them to the Big 12 Conference, and handwriting a card for me just about making me cry when I read it in the booth, in the commentary booth.
As we have a second here, take a look at some of the best sportsmanship I've seen in a long time. BYU actually hand wrote a card, gave it to the head coach of Arizona State University, Herbie Bame. I mean, I'll let you read it on the screen. Herbie, very thankful. I actually didn't even realize that my comment was on there. BYU commented. I mean, that's something that you absolutely love to see. There's a card that they sent to me. I can't be more thankful for the swimming community. It is one that is so hyper competitive, but through all of that finds ways to just show respect for people that they are currently trying to take down in events.
And then, of course, it's just fun to get to yell into the microphone and be excited about something exciting happening in the pool, like the men's 200 breaststroke, where Oscar Bilbao and Andy Dobrzansky went to war in the 200 breaststroke. And I got pretty excited about it.
Well, those guys handled that start well. They held him down there for a second. I don't know if they didn't like something that they saw.
I almost thought they were going to have him stand.
2 strokes to finish the first 25 for Oscar Bilbao in lane number 5, the freshman. Wow, fun to watch that breaststroke. Lucky that we're going to get to watch it for a few more years. Really long strokes in 4 and 5. Dobrzansky is out 25-2 to a 25-3. Dobrzansky said he wanted to be out in the 53 range at the 100 meet just a couple hours ago. He was 54-27 at the 100 this morning when he went 153.0. 2024 invite time, 153.1. We'll have to see where this shakes out when we see these times coming in compared to the rest of the country. 28.0 to a 28.1, 53.40 to a 53.33. If these guys can close under a minute, which I know they both can, because they both did it this morning, they're going to put themselves into contention to qualify for NCAA. What a swim for the freshman Oscar Bilbao in lane number 5. 122.24 to a 122.30. These two teammates are going to war. This is an absolute barn burner here. 25 yards to go. The stroke rate is as high as it could be for the freshman in 5. Dobrzansky, the junior, in 4, trying to hold off the rookie. He's got about a fingertip lead, but a great swim no matter who gets first. 151.93 for Dobrzansky and a 152.31 for the freshman in lane 5, Oscar Bilbao.
What a finish. Go! Like you said.
Sally that just got a little bit bigger.
And then last but not least, the men's 200 freestyle relay. I got to go down on deck and talk to the Arizona State fellas before they did this 200 free relay, which would have been, it unfortunately ended up getting DQ'd. I still have beef with Ilya Karun because this was probably my best commentary piece in history. And that's why I still posted it. I talked to those guys on deck before the relay, and they said, we just want to see if we can throw down 2 17-second splits on this 200 freestyle relay. So I went into it, teased that a little bit, and they threw it down with a little bit of help from an early relay start.
Talking to these ASU guys earlier, they said, could we see 2 17s on our relay today? They've got a shot. Talking Tommy Palmer's been sub-19 leading off. He's been 18.8. He's been 18.9. What'll he be today? Stuck to finish 18.96 in the water for Arizona State. Ilya Karoun coming up right at 15. A guy that grew up training distance, can move on 2 lengths of the pool. Going to work underwater. We'll check the split from Karoun. He's an 18.6, 18.5 in the freestyler, but on a swing today. 17.95. There's one leg under 18. They talked about it earlier today. Can we see a second one from Johnny Kulo, who is waiting in the wings? Tight exchange, 18.41 for Patrick Salmon. That 200 freestyle record, that Big 12 record, that meet record, everything is about to go. Johnny Kulo has a world behind him. Will he be sub-18? 17.86. 2 splits under 18 for Arizona State as they go 1-13-18 and incinerate every record in Big 12 history.
Commentary is literally the most fun that I have in this sport. It's the most fun that I can possibly have with swimming, and it's because every time that I put a headset on, every time I approach an event, all I want to do is go in there and try to provide as much value as possible for these athletes, for these coaches, for these teams, to be able to build value within their athletic department, within themselves, create more value within NIL or whatever it might be, or also just give them a memory that they can look back on and just be happy that they got to do what they got to do in college swimming. It's the most fun that I ever have. I wish I got to do it more often. Maybe send this to ESPN. If you know somebody at ESPN or NBC, send this to them. Please. Please send it to him. Just send it to him right now. Please just send it to him.